This selection is all Shiitake mushrooms, origins by all Shiitake mushrooms. So the link to the video will be in the description below. Go and check them out. So let's into this selection in 3, 2, 1.
Alright, hey, what's up, guys? I am here with Uncle Jay today. And Jay, what are we doing?
We're going around our old homes we used to live in. Busted.
Oh, someone's getting busted by the police.
There's some disturbance going on.
There's some disturbance in the neighborhood that we're gonna check out. Nothing's changed.
Yeah.
Things are crazy.
Yeah.
Really creepy.
Nothing's changed.
Kind of the bad part of town.
Yeah. Alright, but anyway, before that happened.
Yeah.
So we're gonna check out what old neighborhoods that we grew up in.
All the houses. I did a video about it back a few years ago, but we want to kind of just do it together.
Yeah, we're gonna do it together this time.
Yeah.
So yeah, Jay and I, we grew up in a lot of houses from like what was it, like 1988 through
88 to about 2000.
Yeah, 2004, 2005.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do a backtrack of basically the origins of all Shiitake mushrooms. So sit down, relax, and enjoy our little tour of our sad, pathetic little lives as kids. So the building here, it's a hospital. It's a pretty big hospital. That's where Leland was born, guys.
That's where he came into the world.
This is where Leland came into the world.
That's
guys.
where
Just Leland, not Leanna.
Yeah, Leanna was born in a different hospital, but yeah, Leland was born in that hospital. What is going on today? I don't know. Well, we entered that neighborhood, I guess.
The herd.
Are we like in the underbelly of Salt Lake Valley? What's going on?
There's a solid valley.
All right, so we're driving down State Street here in Midvale, and this is going to be the first house that we moved to.
When we moved to America.
Yeah, so Jay and I are from England, but when I was 8 and Jay was like 6, we moved to America with my mom, and we're going to show you guys the first ever house we lived in here in Midvale, Utah. Yeah. So we're having a hard time finding our first house.
Yeah, because
It's been so long, since 1988.
We don't have memories.
So long.
Yeah. So we got to try to find it on the map. We actually cannot remember how to get to this first house.
I don't usually get lost.
So we're not off to a good start here. All right, we found it. So it's going to be right in here. There's like a cul-de-sac. There it is, right there. There's our house right there. Yeah. So this is our old house right here, guys.
The one on the right.
So it's a duplex, and then this is where we lived, right here, guys. So I'm gonna hop out for a sec, and we'll just park like right here. All right, guys. So when I was 7, turning 8 years old, this was the first neighborhood Jay and I lived at. So we lived at this house here. It's a duplex. We lived on this side of this duplex. So I was like 8 years old, Jay was 6 years old, and yeah, it's the first time we lived in America. So this was our neighborhood. So I think we only lived here for about 6, 7 months, not even a year, but it was back in 1988. All right, so Jay, how do you feel seeing your first house?
Not a lot of memories of that house, hardly any memories.
You're pretty young though.
But the next houses we looked at, there's going to be more and more like actual memories.
All right, so as kids, we moved around a lot because our parents rented a lot.
Yeah.
So they didn't own a house for a while. So like the one at the duplex where we started out, they were just renting that.
Plus they're newlyweds, you know.
Newlyweds, they were just starting out. So the next house we're going to is actually like the first like legit house that we lived at. But we were still renting though. We didn't own any of these next few houses that we're going to show you guys.
Yeah.
But a lot of good memories. Cessna Circle in Sandy, Utah. So it's a very beautiful area, and I can't wait to show this off to you guys.
Yeah.
All right, so we are heading towards Cessna Circle, and these guys have the best park ever. I love this park as kids. We used to come to this park. We used to go, there was like a playground on top of the hill.
Yeah.
There we used to go sledding. Can't really see it now. The trees have gotten so much bigger over the years. But the park was across the street from Cessna Circle,
where we lived,
and this was our second home. So once we moved from Midvale, the last house that I showed you guys, this was the house right here, guys. Cessna Circle. We lived at this house, and some good memories here. So we're gonna get out and just take a quick look at it.
It's just crazy how old these houses are.
Okay, guys. So from the year 1989 to 1990, I lived in this cul-de-sac here, Cessna Circle. And this was the house here that I grew up in when I was like 9 years old. In fact, I remember learning how to ride a bike here in this cul-de-sac. I do remember learning to ride a bike for the first time. And yeah, we used to go to the park there across the street. A lot of good memories here in this neighborhood.
I love good
memories. I knew a
memories.
girl that lived in that house. She was pretty cool. We used to hang out all the time. There was another girl there I knew. We used to hang out as kids and had a lot of fun living in this neighborhood. It's a beautiful area here in Sandy, Utah, and a lot of fun memories. And it feels amazing being back here, guys. So we are leaving Cessna Circle because we only lived there for about a year.
It was about
a year and a half. And we're going to take you to our next neighborhood, Plateau Way.
Which is like a mile.
Which is actually not that far from here. So it's like on the other side of this hill. So we're gonna be driving through this neighborhood that's gonna, it's about, you know, a few miles away, but fairly close actually.
Yeah, it's all kind of in the same area.
In fact, I remember walking up this road. I used to go to Scouts here. Somewhere in this area. I can't tell you which house, but probably somewhere in this area. I used to just walk on foot. God, I forgot what a beautiful area
this is. Really nice.
I love this area. I would move here again.
That's a really nice.
Alright, so we're heading towards our next house, and there's another park here, so a lot of parks in this area. So then Jay and I started going to this park.
Yeah.
Once we started living in this neighborhood, so a lot of good memories at this park.
I like good memories.
Well.
Yeah.
So Plateau Way, guys, a lot of memories here, a ton of memories. I can't wait to share with you guys this neighborhood.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorites. Alright guys, Plateau Way. Oh man, okay, so God, I just can't believe how much bigger the trees are.
Yeah, everything.
So we rented this house right here, guys. This was the house. And they're all different. These homes are all different now.
Yeah.
But we had a best friend who lived in this house.
Yeah.
His name was Adam.
Okay.
Alright guys, Plateau Way. I lived here when I was like 10, 11, 12 years old, I believe. And yeah, we lived in this house here behind me. And I had a best friend who lived in this house. His name is Adam. And Adam, one cool fact about Adam was that he taught me the love of filmmaking. So he used to make movies as kids, and then he got me interested in making movies as well. So in fact, you guys could even pinpoint this as really the birthplace of Shiitake mushrooms, because a lot of it was because of Adam that got my interest in making movies and recording myself and stuff.
Very cool.
And that's a passion that I've always kept since then. I had a traumatizing experience once in this neighborhood. So like, one of these homes down here, when I was like 10 years old, I was riding my bike down the street, and this little dog was chasing me down the street, and he bit me on my leg. I might still have the scar from it, I don't know, somewhere on my leg. And yeah, the dog bit me, and I was like scared of dogs once because of it. And yeah, traumatized experience as a kid, but good times. Alright, so we are leaving Plateau Way, and my parents bought a house finally. So the next house we're heading to is Lambton, and you guys should be familiar with that because we did a whole video of that last year. Alright, so we are leaving Plateau Way right now, and a lot of good fond memories of this area. And you know, I like this area. It was a good neighborhood. Yeah, I like kids here were nice for the most part, and there's a few, but for the most part, people here were nice, and a lot of positive experience growing up in this area. So the next area we're moving, not moving to, but showing you guys, kind of the opposite, really. So we're heading to South Jordan, which is on the other side of the valley, and you guys should be familiar with Lambton because we did a whole video of that last year. We actually got to go inside the house and give you guys an inside tour. So if you guys want to see that video, I'll have a link to that video, because that's a whole separate video that we actually got to go inside and walk around the house.
Yeah, that was really
and that was actually pretty cool that we had the opportunity to do that. So I would recommend you guys watch that video when you're done watching this. Before we hit up Lambton, we have an elementary school.
Yeah, that's not there anymore.
That's not there anymore. In fact, I showed that in one of my videos too. So right here, guys, this was the site of our old elementary school.
It's not closed,
but it's a completely different building now, and it has a different name, which really irritates me. It makes me sad that they changed the name. So now it's called Glacier Hills. It used to be called Edgemont Elementary, and I'll have to see if I can find an old picture of it.
It was built in the 50s.
It was built in the 50s.
Really old school.
But Jay and I came here.
Yeah.
During our elementary school days. Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Hello, Donkey, my old friend.
Here we go, Jay. You ready?
Yeah.
All right, brace yourselves. Here we go.
We're entering a war zone here.
We're entering the jaws of the beast. Jay and I, we're heading to Lambton right now. The heart of our destroyer.
Yeah.
So we dealt with a lot of bullying here in this neighborhood,
a lot
guys.
Of crazy people.
So I try to be positive, and I had a small group of friends here, but we were all just kind of losers. We were like the outsiders, you know. We kind of had our own group because we were all just picked on by the majority of the kids in this neighborhood. And something we never really dealt with, Jay and I never dealt with until we moved to Lambton. And we lived there for a good, what was it, like 6 years, something like that?
92 to 98.
92 to 98.
Yeah.
First time my parents got to own a house, so they finally got to buy a house. But what made this move really hard, guys, was that I had to say goodbye to all my old friends in Sandy because it was a different school district. I had to go to a whole new school. I didn't know anybody, and I just started middle school.
The kids were different out here. The kids in
Yeah.
Sandy were more chill.
Really different?
The kids
Yeah.
here are just a bunch of weirdos.
They're just a bunch of punks out here.
A bunch of hippies.
So yeah, Jay and I struggled out here. All right, so we are crossing the Jordan River. So it's a river that divides the east and the west side of the valley.
Yeah,
so
it's pretty big. It's like
Sandy's like, this is like the east side of the valley. Now we're going over the river. We're entering the west side now. So back in the day, before all these houses were built, I used to have a tree house down in kind of that area down there. Now there's a bunch of houses down there.
Yeah.
So we're entering the old neighborhood. Okay, so a lot of memories here in the neighborhood. So there was a girl that lived there that I liked.
Right there.
Yeah, in that house. And I had a friend named Daniel. So they had a few acres back behind the houses where we had the tree house. And none of these houses were built, but I had a friend who lived there, Taylor. And then behind that brick house, there was a girl that I knew. She was on the semi council with me. Oh, there's Lambton Road. Okay, brace yourselves, guys. So this is the street where anything can happen, really.
Oh,
good or bad.
What's gonna happen here?
Yeah. So we've done, like I said.
There's the bear.
Oh, there's stuff. Oh, hi. I'm not filming you, lady. I'm filming the bear. you just happen to be standing by it. But okay. She was nice. She waved.
Yeah.
But then she probably thought, I hope she didn't think I was trying to film her.
Okay.
But
Ben's house.
So this is a video.
They don't live there anymore.
Yeah, they don't. So Ben, my best friend, used to live at that house. So I picked up a book there the last time, like when I brought Kilo here. When I did that video. Okay, so yeah, Ben used to live in. They had like 10 kids. They had a lot of kids.
The back of the house, you don't see it, but it's a big house.
It's a
they
big
added
house.
on like 10 babies.
Yeah.
Really?
So yeah, we used to spend a lot of time at that house. Our house is coming up. It's just right here, guys.
We've already seen this one.
Now you've seen this in our old video, so we won't spend a lot of time here because you guys have already seen this house. Lambton Road, guys, the infamous Lambton Road. This was the house that I grew up in my teenage years, and I don't know if this house ever sold. It might have sold, but we got to walk through it last year. So again, guys, check out that video where you get to see the inside of this house. This is where I spent my teenage years. So I was like 12 through the age of 18. I lived at this house. So definitely a ton of memories here in this neighborhood. This is like when I turned 16. I had my first car. This is when I learned to drive. It was when I first went on dates, when I went to high school here in this neighborhood, guys. So a ton of memories. We were bullied a lot in this neighborhood. So, you know, it was a little rough, but good and bad. God, let me in. I feel like we gotta get out of here before something happens because this is a crazy neighborhood.
We refer to it as like a black hole kind of.
A lot of stuff happens here. Crazy.
We've had
crazy
shit
happens
back
here.
Here after like a year after we moved.
Yeah.
We came back here and your truck broke down.
Like broke down. Yeah, like we broke down and stuff. All right, so yeah, like I said, rough neighborhood kind of because yeah, like I remember once. My dad yelled at these teenage kids for speeding down the street. You know, the speed limit's 25, whatever. So, you know, our dad yelled at him, which he had every right to. But, you know, this teenager got back at us by smashing our mailbox And
Really?
true story, I can show you the image right here. Smashed in our mailbox, and then graffitied on our driveway, moved back to England.
Yeah, they told us to move back to England.
And they threw eggs at our house and stuff. So
yeah.
this is the kind of crap we had to deal with living out here.
Yeah,
in Lambton.
Trashy.
Like
people.
there was some jerks. Like the adults were nice. A lot of the adults were nice, but the kids were jerks.
I got my Halloween candy stolen here once.
Uncle Jay got his
dogs.
Halloween candy stolen, like right here. Wasn't it like this sidewalk right here behind us?
Here. It was before
Yeah, yeah, right back here. And I tried
Really?
to chase down the kids, but they like split off or whatever.
Funny story is I got my dad later and he yelled at them and got my candy back. So that was sad.
So this is life on Lambton, you guys. It was crazy.
Life on Lambton.
It was definitely the craziest neighborhood we ever lived in. All right, Jay, get the hell out of Dodge.
Really quick.
Like, let's just get out of here. Let's get us out of here before something happens. Yeah, so this is where we went to church. This was actually one of our church buildings out here, and it was right by the temple. I remember that. So you got one of the Mormon temples here.
There's a lot of them.
You have a lot of these temples here, but that was like one of the original temples. Oh, here's the McDonald's.
Oh yeah, we were the first customers there.
I remember when this McDonald's opened, guys. We were like the second customers. We were like lined up.
Yeah, it was
The
a
second
big deal.
customer.
And it's been remodeled like
Yeah.
once or twice since then. But
It was-
yeah,
it was a big thing. We
it
had
was a big deal.
McDonald's in
We
town.
finally had a McDonald's in
What
town.
was that, like 94 when that
It
happened?
might have been, yeah.
Might have been 94.
A lot of memories of this
94.
building. It's the Seminary building. It's like a religious building when I was on the Seminary Council. And this is Bingham,
Go
home of the
Miners.
miners. This was,
Bingham,
this
home
was
of the
my high
miners.
school.
Let's
I'm
go,
gonna get out.
miners.
Oh,
Let's
yeah,
go.
Grandpa and
Let's
Grandpa
go.
lived right there.
Oh yeah,
Their
where
house
that
was there.
where that neighborhood
They
is
used to
now.
have a farm there.
All right, yeah, I have to show you guys my old high school while we're in the area. So Bingham High School, guys. This was my high school
Collection of
from like the
2010
years
and 2011.
95 to 98. I graduated in 98, guys. So a ton of memories of this high school. A lot of good memories. It was a good high school. I enjoyed it. So there's a seminary building here, which is like an LDS thing. So during my senior year, I was on the seminary council, guys. So like 97, 98. So this building here, separate from the high school. You know, you can take like religious classes here. And yeah, I was on the seminary council. So, you know, there was like a group of us. There was like 15 of us or whatever. And we would plan activities, fun activities and stuff like that. And so, you know, we did a lot of stuff with, you know, me and these other kids. And it was a lot of fun. Had a lot of precious memories. Spent a lot of time inside this building. And it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. And it's what I got to do for practically my entire senior year here in high school before I graduated. So this part of the school back here behind me is like where the gym is and all that. I remember going to homecoming dance. I remember taking a very popular girl to homecoming dance. And that was a lot of fun, a lot of precious memories. All right, so anyway, we are gonna head to the next house. So yeah, Bingham High School, fun high school. I enjoyed it. A lot of fun, a lot of good memories, like I said. All right, guys, so I'm in West Jordan, and I have to show you where I work. My very first job, guys, was here at Burger King.
Burger King,
this Burger King opened back in like 96. So I'm just gonna walk in here real quick. They've like remodeled this place. It doesn't even look the same anymore. But yeah, this was how you doing? I used to work here a long time ago. So yeah, my first job ever here at Burger King. I just had to show that off to you guys real quick. That lady, she's all like, well, I don't care. Like, she's all looking at me all weird, but whatever. So yeah, Burger King, you know, get it your way, whatever.
No, he's working way.
Burger King, good old Burger King. They've like remodeled since then, but I got fired there because I just goofed around a lot. I was only 16. I never took the job serious, but that was my first job ever. Kind of a sad part of our lives, right? It was kind of the hardship of our lives.
Yeah,
like
it
after I graduated in like June of 98, my parents had to file for bankruptcy, so they lost the house. The first house that they ever got to own, they're on Lambton.
And then the stupid Jazz lose the NBA Finals.
And that's when the Jazz lost the NBA Finals. Thanks, Michael Jordan.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Ding, Michael Jordan.
But anyway, So my parents had to go back to renting houses, you know, to get back on their feet. So we had some financial hardship for a while.
Yeah.
So that's why we had to move out of Lambton. All right, so we are heading to the West Jordan neighborhood. So it was right after like doing the bankruptcy. We had to give up the house on Lambton. And yeah, we had to move. I called it the New Age and all that.
Yeah.
So this stop sign here.
It was this one?
I ran this stop sign once and I got pulled over and I told the police it was a dumb place for a stop sign because at the time this street was a dead end. So why the hell did the dead end street have the right of way versus the main road here into the neighborhood? That makes no sense. That's why I told them that was a dumb place for a stop sign. Ben,
oh yeah, Belgium.
Ben lived there.
Very cool.
So I never. Yeah, so I knew a different band. I knew more than one band, and yeah, he was cool. Alright guys, so after I graduated high school, I just turned 18. My parents had to file for bankruptcy. They lost the house. So we had to move to this neighborhood here in West Jordan on Vista West, and they had to rent a house again. And this was the house here, directly behind me, where we lived during the age of like 18. 18 and 19, I believe. So a lot of fond memories of this neighborhood. I hung out with the youth here a lot, with the LDS church. And so, you know, we spent a lot of time with the young adults, and the church was actually 2 houses down. So I spent a lot of time here at the church with the youth program and stuff. And the kids here were actually very nice, unlike Lambton. So they actually welcomed us with open arms. And people here were very nice. These houses on the other side, the people, they were kind of crazy that lived across the street from us. We had some drama there, but besides that, this was a really good neighborhood. All right, so I had to show you guys the church that I used to go to, spend a lot of time here with the youth program, like I mentioned. So this is where I had my mission farewell. So I lived here from when I graduated high school up until when I went on an LDS mission. And so this is where I had my mission farewell and stuff, and a lot of memories here. So this area here, this sidewalk, I actually asked a girl once if she could be my girlfriend. Bruh. So there's also that. So a good area. I mean, you've had good memories here too. This is like when you went to high school here.
I was in high school here.
Yeah. Like I said, I graduated. So what's funny was I went on my mission and I lived in Long Beach, California for like 2 years. And then my family freaking moved again while I was on my mission. So then when I came home, it wasn't the same house. In fact, they just moved down the street.
Literally moved down the street.
So this was like the only time where we had 2 houses in the same neighborhood.
Yeah.
Which is kind of strange.
It was a pretty simple move.
Yeah, I'm sure it was a simple move. You just walked, you could like walk to the house. All right, so the year is 2002 now. I came home from my mission and my parents bought a house while I was on my mission down the street from the other house I just barely showed you. My parents bought this house here. So when I was 21, 22 years old, before I got married, I lived in this house here. And so I don't have a ton of memories of this house other than, you know, I just started dating and stuff. I was 22 years old, and we had the 2002 Winter Olympics here in Salt Lake. So I remember watching that here at this house. Okay, so a lot of you guys don't know this, but I was married once before to my ex-wife before I met Carol. So while I was living at this house here, this is when I met my ex-wife and we got married, and then I moved in with her. So this next house we're gonna go is actually to my former in-laws house. So this actually has me really nervous, guys. I hope they don't live there anymore. I'm gonna have to like go in stealth mode or something. So Jay, how you feeling? Seeing all these old houses?
It's just so many houses.
Yeah.
But each one has their own little memories.
Do you have a favorite?
Well, I have 2.
Okay.
The last one we just looked at, Westland, that was right after. That was like right when I graduated from high school.
Yeah.
That has some good memories, you know. And then I would say
kids there were nice.
Yeah,
kids
a lot
were
of
nice.
Kids there, yeah.
The Mormon kids were nice.
And then the early one in Sandy. Yeah, that was
such a beautiful area.
Yeah.
All right, so we're heading to another kind of dark neighborhood. This one's worse than Lambton, guys. All right, so I can't believe I'm doing this, but I'm going to show you guys where I lived when I was married to my first wife. So my ex-in-laws, and I really hope they don't still live around here. All right, guys, my heart is racing right now. A lot of not so good memories. Neighborhood here. So we're gonna make a right here. We're getting very close, guys. Very close to where my ex-wife and I live, ex-in-laws. So we're just gonna keep following this road. Oh man, this is worse than Lambton, guys. So it's gonna be at the end of the road here. It's gonna be on our right side. It's gonna be on my side.
So you haven't
This house. That's the house. That's the house. Ex-wife. Oh my god. I'm gonna get out real quick, I guess. I really hope they don't live here still, guys. This is kind of scary. This is worse than Lambton. Holy cow. Can't believe I'm doing this, guys. All right, so this house here, my ex-in-laws, I lived here 2003. I was married to my first wife for about, what was it, like 8-9 months, but then she cheated on me. So yeah, not a lot of great memories here. We lived in the basement. So let's just get this done over with. All right, let's get the hell out of Dodge, guys, because these guys were crazy. They were weird. They were just crazy. It just. Let's get the hell out of here.
All right, let's go. Let's go.
Hate this place. I hate this place. Get me the hell out of here, Jay.
Was that where she grew up?
Yeah, she like grew up there. And guys, I was like legitimately scared, like being out there. Like that was worse than Lambton. Like I was more nervous, guys. I was afraid. I was afraid.
What
that,
nervous?
I don't know. Like my old father-in-law was gonna come out and yell or something. Or who knows? Maybe my ex-wife was still living there. Who knows? Who knows? I haven't seen these people for like over 20 years, so who knows? But yeah. It was a very short marriage. We got like an annulment. It wasn't even a divorce. It was an annulment. So next, I'm gonna show you where I lived with. So I actually moved in with her brother, Tony. He actually took my side in the divorce. He even told me before I got engaged with his sister that, hey man, don't marry my sister. She'll just cheat on you. And that's exactly what she did. So he was really cool. So we actually got.
Even a brother, even our own brother, of flesh and blood. Even our own brother, Tony's back on up. That nigga, tell you brother turn on you like that.
We actually, got together and we rented an apartment. So we're gonna head there next. All right, guys. So behind me is one of the apartments I used to live at with my roommate. Back in 2003, after my divorce, I was here for about 6 months. Lived with Tony and Jerry. Those guys were pretty cool. Good memories here, but we were only here for like 6 months. Yeah, a lot of fun memories at this old apartment complex. We used to throw some parties. We had the police called on us a few times because we were loud.
Really?
This main building here is like the office, whatever. They had a hot tub here, so I remember bringing some dates here. Chill in the hot tub back in the day, back in my single days. So
time for a tub.
This next house we're showing you here on Freeman Circle is where we moved. So my parents moved here when I was living with my ex-wife. So that after my divorce, after I moved out from the apartments, I moved back in with my parents. But yet again, it was a different house.
Yeah, we moved a lot.
All right, so now we're heading to Freemian Circle, and I think it's just right in here.
Yeah. I had
so
my first
this house
in
here,
the
first
garage.
Freemian Circle here at the house.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, I lived here briefly, not very long, when I was like 24, I think. Like 23, 24. It was right after my divorce. Lived at this house, my parents were renting. Don't have a ton of memory here because I was just dating a lot, I was working a lot, so I didn't spend a lot of time here at this house. But yeah, I lived at this house briefly. There's another one, check that one off. All right guys, so after Fabian Circle, my parents moved once again, but this time to what is the most pointless house ever because the house was slated for demolition by the city so the road can be widened. So next we're gonna go to Featherwood and show you the house that doesn't exist anymore. All right, so this is kind of funny.
This is where the house was.
So Alright, so right here.
That's where one of our houses where we live.
Yeah, right there. It doesn't exist anymore. Is the mailbox still there? Like, why are there two mailboxes? Okay, so this is kind of funny. Okay, so yeah, we lived in this house for a little bit. It was like right there. In fact, I think the mailbox might be the mailbox. Because I think that mailbox belongs to that house. So I think that might have been the old mailbox because the house used to be like right here. But when they added onto the street, when they widened the street, they had to bulldoze the house down. So the house sat like literally right here where this fence is, where that power generator box is, where the sidewalk is, where this lane is. Used to be the house here on Featherwood. So we only lived here for about 9 months. It was kind of a pointless house. I didn't spend a lot of time here. I dated a lot. I was like, how old was I? I was like 24 years old, I think. You know, my parents were just renting, short term. And yeah, I didn't spend a lot of time here, like I said. It was just, I was going to school, I was working a lot, and I was dating a lot. So I do remember I got into a fight, like right here, actually. Somewhere on the sidewalk, I like punched a guy in the face. I actually got in a fight with someone like right there, so there's a little bit of that history for you, I guess. So my parents moved once again to the current house where they live now, but I didn't want to move with them this time. I got tired of moving with them all the time. So this is about when I met Carol for the first time. And so we like became boyfriend and girlfriend like right away almost. And so I moved in with Carol at these apartments where we're heading to now, where I'm going to show you guys. So this was like mine and Carol's first place, you know, as boyfriend and girlfriend, and then we got married, and it was our first ever place. Alright, so yeah, these are the apartments that Carol and I lived in, and this is a huge apartment complex.
So you go in right there.
Yeah, so there's like an entrance just right over here. And that's not even the same name anymore. This thing's been bought out several times now. So yeah, just right in here. That's where we used to live. Yeah, so from like 2005 through like 2007, I believe, before the townhouse. So this is when I finally moved away from my parents for the last time.
The ducky.
I want to say it was this one. I want to say 1310. I want to say this was it right here, 1310. It's where Carol and I started out. So it's just a 1-bedroom apartment that we lived at. Yeah. So the reason why we had to move again was because she was pregnant with Leland and we needed a bigger place. So we ended up moving. Some things never change. But anyway, we moved to the townhouse next, which was a 2-bedroom. My parking spot was like one of these. It was either this one or that one. One of those, I don't remember, but yeah, that was our parking spot. All right, so after Carol and I moved out of our first apartment, we moved into these townhouses, these white townhouses. I'm gonna show them real quick, because this is the house that Leland and Leanna were born in. So I love living here. We lived right behind the park. Yeah. And the townhouses were just right there, those white buildings. All right, so it was like between like 2006, maybe 2007 through 2012. I lived at these townhouses right here. Where's one? Oh, number 49. Number 49, I lived at this, Carol and I. This is where we started out. This is where we started having a family. Me and my wife, Carol. And you know, we had 2 kids here. We had Leland and then we had Leanna. So this is their very first home. So a lot of precious memories here, guys. This was a good area. Jay's funny. He doesn't want to get out of any of these houses. Like, you don't want to get out for any of this. Oh no, I'm good. I'm just driving you around.
I'm good.
Yeah. All right, guys. So yeah, we've showed you a ton of places where Jay and I lived. So many places, plus a few extra places that I lived, you know, with my ex-wife or with my current wife, Carol, like where we started out. There is one more house, just one more house we're going to show you guys. And you guys are really going to be familiar with this house.
You'll recognize it.
Because this is how you guys first knew us. That's right, we're taking you to the original Shiitake mushroom house. All right, so we're going to go down our old neighborhood, guys. We used to film a lot of skits here back in the day. So yeah, just down this road here, guys, at the very end is my old house, my old beautiful house. house, the old Shiitake mushroom house, and they painted the door yellow. Like, what the crap? But I planted
The original old Shiitake mushroom house. The OG.
those trees right there. You see those trees?
Oh, we got huge.
Those have gotten huge. Like, oh my old house. Oh,
Oh.
I miss you, house. Oh, good house. All right, guys, I have to show you this house, right? The old original old Shiitake mushroom house. The first house I ever got to buy and own. My first house. You never forget your first, guys.
Yeah.
So we lived here from 2012 to 2019 before we moved to our current house where we lived at now. But a lot of good memories here. Remember the kids growing up in this house, and London was born in this house, and good neighborhood, and just a lot of good memories, guys. I do miss this area. It's good. It was a good house. Oh, I remember planting this tree. It's so big now. Like, look at the size of this tree. And that tree too. I planted these trees. I miss these trees. All right, guys. Well, there you have it. I hope you guys enjoyed our tour of all the neighborhoods we grew up in, lived in. We covered every single house, guys. That's crazy. Plus the high school we went to, plus my first job there at Burger King. I even included my old in-laws house, which was scary as hell, but I included that for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give a like and subscribe if you're new. And yeah, check out the Lantern Tour video. Again, I'll have that link because you get to go inside. We actually got to go inside the house, and we got to tour inside the house last year. That was a lot of fun. So be sure to check that video out. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I hope we never move again because there's so much moving. I hate moving. And now we are approaching, you guys know this house, the current house that I live at. The best house that I've ever lived in, I would say. Home sweet home.
Home sweet home. Wow. That was old Shiitake mushroom origins by old Shiitake mushrooms. The link to the video will be the description below. Go and check them out and drop a like if you like. And comment down below if you want to see more reactions like this one. And subscribe if you're new and click the bell so you can be notified when I upload. Bye. Wow.